Hi my dear friends, as I showed in previous video, I will show you how to make one of these bags. I have chosen this one because it's a little bit easier to make. I mean, easier, it's the same, but I chose this one with 4 straps, and this one has the Velcro instead of 1 strap. There is really no other difference than that. And I have prepared materials, so let's start. As I use the my phone that I daily use for other things, I'm using it to record these videos for YouTube. I don't have a camera. I mean professional camera for this, so I'm limited with memory, and that's why I'm gonna put today's video in the 1080 resolution, and I will try to speed up some of the things that I'm gonna work today, so all the videos can get into the memory card. Thank you for being patient, thank you for being with me. Now let's start the machine. You see it has a process of starting, and under here I can turn on the lamp. Let me just see where the switch is. Here it is. It has a small lamp which isn't so strong. That's why I'm using this one, which I explained in previous video. It's really strong. It gives me a good overview of the things that I'm working on, and I'm gonna start it slowly. I'm gonna start by making these 2 mesh parts from the inside. I'm just gonna cover this into like 1/2 centimeter maybe, and over it I'm gonna put the binder tape. Binder tape is the same as almost the same as the mole straps, but of course it's much thinner. It's certainly 1/3 of the thickness of the mole straps, and it's not too thick because when the layers are overlapping inside the backpacks, it's gonna get too thick. So let's start slowly. I'm gonna start slowly, few stitches, then go back few, and continue. Now I'm gonna press the heel and I'm gonna cut the thread. I always put something under because I don't want my feet to hit the dog feed, as I don't want it to get damaged or the teeth to lose sharpness. So here is how it came out. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to zoom in. I don't know if camera can focus it properly. Hopefully yes. And let's continue on the second. The next thing that I'm doing is the zipper, and what I always do is I take the lighter and I burn the edges so it doesn't fall apart. Keep it aside, and I always cut like this as one piece, and I put a line in the middle so I can know where to cut with my scissors, like this. And as I don't have those walking feet for zipper, I'm trying to somehow hold it by hand and to sew it on the filling. I'm sorry if I make some mistakes, as camera is in front of me. I have a lot of things closing the view between my eyes and the things that I'm sewing. I will try to drop the feet just next to the, like this, next to the zipper itself. Sorry about moving the camera. Now I'm gonna slowly grab like this, and let's go. So see, this is how the stitch came out. It's not really lovely because the machine was set for the feet to ride on the thick layers, and I didn't set it back for the thinner layers, as these have only now 2 layers of Kudura and the zipper. Stitches don't come out really pretty, but they are good, they are strong enough. When I finished sewing zipper, I'm putting zipper sliders, or however you call them, and doing everything in the contrast of black and this sand cream color. I don't even know which color is that. Sorry if you can hear baby in the background crying, it's neighbor's kid. That's not of a problem for me, but maybe you can hear it because now it's warm and the windows are open and I live in apartment building. So when I put the zippers sliders, I look at this, and if I see that both sides are equally made, equally set, I leave it like that, and I simply sew it like this. So I close the ends, and when I close the ends, the zipper will not open itself from the end. What I do next is I'm drawing lines so I can know where to sew on these things. I find the half by simply putting it like this. I have one edge which I'm gonna cut on the top just a little bit, you know, and now if you can see, this is the exact middle. I'm doing that on both sides. So, and now when I put the ruler on it and I take the chalk, I can draw the straight line gently, and now I know what is the middle, and I usually take like 3.5 centimeters on the molly straps. This is 3.5. I do the same down there. And I go and I draw a line. So this is the front side, and I'm gonna take 4 molly straps like this. Put them on the top, and I'm gonna take 4 needles, or how do you call them? Everybody calls them differently, and I'm gonna put them on that and simply try to put them on roughly equal distance from each other. It's usually the distance between them is usually measured by the thickness of one, roughly. So they're roughly similarly distant from each other. I always try to sew it as careful as possible, that all the edges are the same. I don't know how straight did I put those straps because I'm too far away from the machine because of the camera. So let's see how we made it. And as I already prepared this mesh, I'm just gonna take a couple of pins. I'm gonna pin it into each other, and prepare it for sewing, so it can hold it relatively straight while I'm sewing it. So this is roughly how it looks. I'm gonna of course cut it by the measurements, and as we finish the front side we can continue putting bottom on it and the zipper, and at the end we're gonna make the rear side and connect it. As I'm working, I always find the physical middle. I mark it with my scissors so I can always know where the middle is, and I can know that I'm properly equally spreading the material from piece to piece. And as I work, I always like to work in clean surroundings. I always take everything that I cut, I take it together, put it in my hand and throw it in the trash bin. Oh, we already have the physical middle. It's already marked. And I'm gonna use some, okay, there we go. Whenever you are putting pins, when you put a pin inside and you do like this to put it through, let me see what it happens. Let me show you what it happens. When you put it now to be on the middle and you put the pin through, and watch carefully what happens here. When you do this, the material goes millimeter or two to this side. It loses its middle. So what I do, I actually first put it like a millimeter or two to the left, so when I put the pin through, it goes into the perfect middle. I put a pin and I always cut these angles like this, so when you curve the material on the edges, it goes, see how it spreads, and you can turn it nicely. But first I do middle and the edges, and then I put the zipper part. As I also have middle here, let me see if I have it done on this. No, I do not. I will make also a middle on the zipper, middle marking. So later when you're putting the rear side, it's gonna be equal on the middle. And now, as I twist it, it won't budge much as it opens here at the edge. Then I stabilize it by putting this through. Sorry, I don't see well where the camera views. I always try to see where I turned it over here, so I try to replicate it the same position on this side, but as I measured it properly, it's gonna be on the same spot, and it's okay to set it up. So that would be it. I connected everything, and now I can start sewing. As we are going down, our material stretches on both sides. I mean, it doesn't stretch, but it's setting itself up equally, and sometimes on the lower part here we can get some budge. So I will try to hold it steady, and when I approach to the lower part, I'm removing the pin, the last pin. So now I'm gonna set up this piece here. I'm gonna tighten it properly so it doesn't budge anywhere. As I tightened it, I overlap it like this, do this, and now we are ready to finish the circle. Now our front side, zipper, and the bottom are connected. What we need to do next? We need to cut these sides, lower side, upper side, and both sides, left and right, to cut them equally, a little bit, just a little bit, and we need to put binding tape around it so it looks nice. Okay, now let's cut this and put some binding tape on it. Now we are ready to bind. We have prepared everything, cut the edges, and we have prepared the binding tape. And I start by putting it onto the material, putting it in together, and by hand simply pushing the needle down to have it in place. So I can stretch it. And now we can slowly start going 1 or 2 stitches forward and 1, 2 back, just to lock it, just in case. And we can continue. You have to do it on your feeling, so you keep up with the stitch and when we come to the end, we can simply calculate how much we need more. So we cut it a little bit to overlap with the first one, with the beginning, and we burn it a little bit with a lighter. So now we twist it. When we come to the end, we also go a couple of stitches back to lock it. We cut it, and that's it. So now we have binded our front side together with this, and the next thing that we need to do is to overlap this like this, to put the bottom over the zipper and to stitch it here. Let's go. As I somehow managed to put it under this, my feet are set up to work on the thick layers of these things. I believe it's gonna work fine. I put it like this, and now let's go for a few stitches forward, backward. Okay, now we locked it and we are going to finish it. We are turning it back. See, I pushed it down there. It's already ready. Okay, sorry, I had to hold it and the camera could not record it. I'm gonna change the angle. I have changed the angle of recording. Hopefully it can now see better. Let's go a few stitches forward. As we have our front, side, bottom and zippers connected, our bottom is a little bit wider than the zippers. What we need to do, we need to sew in onto the bottom first, and then to cut the part which is extended over the edge, so we can have equal width of the bag from both sides. Now, as we have our front part done, we're not gonna turn it over yet. It's done. We need to do our rear part just as we did the front. What we need? We need 3 molly straps, which I already prepared, and we're gonna need to make straps that are gonna be the attachments for the bag. Okay, let's do it. As I have sewn in the straps on the back side, I'm now trying to determine what's the length of this strap that I need to make. I'm taking it from the top edge down to here somewhere, because a couple of millimeters from the edge is gonna be the sewing edge. So I'm gonna do this, gonna overlap it, and as I measured it like this, I'm simply gonna take the lighter, burn it a bit, and glue it together like this. So I got this length, put it on the edge, and I have it down here. So I guess I have successfully determined the length of this, and by this piece I just measured, I'm gonna take the second piece, simply gonna put it one on another, go down here and do the same thing with the second one. I'm gonna take the lighter and put it together. So by placing this one, I get the same distance, the same length, which means I'm gonna now put these harder pieces of Velcro on it, on both of them, and I'm gonna sew it all the way up and down. Velcro always goes on the rear side, and always try to put this overlapping side to be the rear side, so from the front side it's gonna look nice and clean. As I'm using black thread on black straps, there is some margin for error, I guess. Try to be careful with it. So we have our strap done. When from the other side you have some budge thread, you can cut some with the scissors, but that thing that cannot be cut, the best way to deal with it is with fire, like this. No more thread. Perfect. I like it. Now let's do the second one. As now we have both these straps, we can put it on positions here on the bag, like this, and at the end we're gonna put the softer part of the Velcro. We're gonna do one easy thing, which is we're gonna simply align it here on this side, and we're gonna do it. So we got this, and now we're gonna put the softer parts of Velcro. As we have prepared our Velcro, we can start sewing it. As now we have made ourselves a rear side, we need to finish up these threads, burn it with a lighter as I usually do. Burn all the edges, all of these things that are there, so it's not ugly. And we, of course, we're gonna put our mesh on it. We're gonna try and make it as parallel as possible, and we're gonna pin it with pins. We are continuing to sew it, and as you are sewing the rear side, it has those straps behind. You have to watch it so you don't sew through the straps. I mean the vertical straps, so be careful. As we are going, we are pulling out our pins. You see, we have this in the back. We simply velcro them and continue. Oops, we ran out of lower thread. Let's change it. As I have ran out of thread on the lower bobbin, I'm gonna show you how I rewind the bobbin, put new thread on it. As my second spool with thread is over there, it goes through this tensioner here, and you simply take it on the bobbin, close this lever, and simply wind it 5, 6, 10 times around the bobbin. And once you start sewing, the bobbin is gonna wind itself. Okay, let's go slowly. You see how the bobbin runs. And now, as I'm gonna keep working, the bobbin is gonna keep spinning, and it's gonna wind itself, and roughly, I don't know, quickly, it fairly quickly rewinds itself, and this lever automatically goes out, and it stopped spinning. So when it stops spinning, it's full with thread, and I have it as a backup. Now let's go back to our rear side. I have changed the lower bobbin. We can continue. And that's it. We have our rear side finished from this side and from that side, and I'm just gonna cut the edges, trim them, and prepare them to connect to the front side. As I managed to trim this piece, I will now try to put it one another, but the thing is, you see, I made a mistake. When I trimmed this piece, I forgot to set up the middle, so I'm gonna simply push it over, try to do it as symmetrical as possible. And as we have the middle here, I will try to draw with a chalk, so I know where is roughly the middle. I was lucky this time, and I'm gonna put this onto that and gonna start pinning. Now, as I pin both sides, I'm gonna try to even the sides. There should be properly enough material on both, as it is. So as I connected it, I will open the zipper to release the tension on everything, so I can simply turn it more easily, press it more easily, and so on. So when I start, I'm starting from the lower edge, usually the right one, and let's hope Stitching here. Here we go. And now our bag is completely sewn, but we need to trim the extra of the sides, and we need to bind it. We are doing the binding the same way we did with the front side. I'm sorry if the phone recorded. If not, I had a problem with the phone with a low battery. I'm trying to record the last pieces with just a small percentage of the battery. And I think we finished. Okay. Shutting down the machine. And as we have finished, we can simply turn upside down or inside out our bag and see if we have done the proper work. I think we did. And of course, all of the seams that are maybe coming out or are stayed longer than needed, you can use the lighter like this, for example. Opa, this is long enough, it can be cut. On the back side it looks relatively okay. And last but not the least, I always prepare paracord to put it on zippers. I simply tie a knot here. I do that on both. I try to put the sides to be as equal as possible, so when I tie them they are equal in length and the knot comes out quite okay. Why do you put paracord or elastic band or whatever on your zippers? So when you unzip it, you put less stress on the zipper itself. As you can see, the cord swings, goes left and right, and take the majority of bed vector or the side when you pull it, and it's a less stress on your zipper than if you would pull it on the hard part and just pull it like this. So this way you're saving your zipper's life, and it has more to work on this. I put paracords on all my backpacks, bags, wherever I put zipper. Thank you for watching another episode. I hope that I helped you, and if you are interested to make your own, you can watch my video. All of my videos are for free and will always be for free. I'm not monetizing my channel, and you can follow step by step and try to make your own. Thank you for watching this episode. See you in the next one. Have a nice day.